drum is yours and mine, and it beats for our time. From the forest to the tide, we are the hearts of pine. We're the hearts of pine. We're the hearts of pine.
Welcome back to the Deergo Union post-match pulse. Mitchell, Sam, and Tabor breaking down all the energy that we got to experience live at Fort Fitzy last night. For those of you counting, 2 minutes and 48 seconds was the length of that clip. From just before Sashi's goal to us yelling Civ at the top of our lungs when Titus put us another goal ahead. Let's tuck right into it. Sam, I saw you at the zoo pregame. You, me, and Ethan were the first three DU conglomerates there. It was hot. It was muggy. What were the pre-match feelings going into this one after a late night, weather delayed win on the road in Texoma?
You know, the thing that I've sort of learned about this club is that I should just come into a match expecting some kind of result and, win or a draw. And, given the Hearts' home record this year, I should be satisfied. Points at home, always a good thing. And, it just felt right going into this one. Of course, maybe it was running off the good vibes at Coach's Corner the previous night. But, I mean, this was, let's be honest, a big game. This was a 6-pointer, and Hearts managed to blow my expectations away at least. And Tabor, I don't know if you're in the same boat as me, but I think this was a if this was a test, hearts passed.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was exactly what we were all hoping for. We did the post match pulse after a long Saturday night, especially for you, Sam. You stayed up and watched it. And we said that the trend was your friend. You get a red card and you come face us at Fort Fitzy, and you're going to get cooked. Uh, Maybe 80 degrees helps, but JT was cooking, the whole team was cooking, and the vibes were amazing. And the trend's your friend. Another win.
Couldn't have asked for more, really. Um, Heading over to Fitzy. Luckily, the sun starts coming down. We've said it before. Now that we've had some nice weather and some sun, it is a blessing to have the shade, especially for setup. So by the time we get our pregame food, our pregame waters, I know a lot of people were stocking up early for this one. There was like 15 cans already lined up on the first row of the bleachers for setup. Um, just I think coming off that gritty 3 points in Texoma, and then coach's corner Tuesday night, I was in a really good mindset for this one. We expected a little bit of rotation, a little bit of movement in the squad. Bobby had alluded to that. So the lineup we see Mikey slot into right back. We see Patty Langlois rejoin the starting 11, and then that's pretty much it for changes. Uh, we kick off. The zoo was hopping early. I think everybody was digging the new merch. The new bucket hats were flooding the section. Um, but as this game kicked off, Sam, what were you thinking in that first five of what we were seeing from Bobby Murphy's boys?
Well, in the first five, I really think it was just a feeling out process. We didn't see a lot of, early presses, but I mean, then Mikey gets booked in the first 10 minutes, and you think, well, I mean, it's not terrible, but could have asked for better. But, this was the first half in general was just a sort of back and forth affair with no team really getting a big opportunity until late.
Yeah, I think in the first half, especially those first 10, 15 minutes, and I mean, Bobby even alluded to it, that they came out, or maybe it was Titus alluded to it, that they came out a little flat. It's not the first time that's happened, but it might be one of the first times at Fitzy they've done that. And Hunter kind of bailed them out. He had that early collision, taking the ball off that guy's foot right off the bat, right at the beginning of the game, and it kind of kept us in it right there. I know there was the back pass from Patty as well, and Hunter tips it over the bar. So that's what a goalie does at the beginning of the game. Sometimes gets everybody kind of refocused and gets them going, and luckily we have somebody like Hunter that's just an absolute wall back there.
Yeah, it was all. I wasn't too worried about it. I'd almost rather us try and feel it out than snatch a quick one. We've scored a goal in the first 5 minutes now 3 or 4 times this year, and it almost feels like that hurts us a little bit more in the long run. So if we're going to establish the game, move the ball, we held a lot of possession in that first half. I think it was 64% of the possession. Um, we just weren't finding the chance at the end of it. We only had two shots in that first half. I thought a lot of our movement up the field was going through JT. I think he was a standout player, especially probably the 20 to 25-minute mark on. Um, he was on the ball a lot and facilitating, and we were wrapping around, and it would kind of um, get chopped out once we moved the ball to that left side to swing across in from the Messer Ollie side. It would find its way back over to JT. Would reset. So I think we were comfortable. This I think was our most comfortable first half in terms of, yeah, we were flat, but it looked like we were in control of what was going on. Yeah, we had six shots were faced. Hunter had to make a couple of big stops, but I don't think you could have asked for much more. It seemed like the most composed, collected we've been. Um, Sam, what were you thinking?
I'm right there with you. I mean, it was really sort of back and forth, and I mean, yeah, Hearts did look a little sluggish at points, and Hunter Morse, brick wall that he is, had bailed us out a couple of times. Stop me if you've heard that one before.
I also think it's interesting with Mikey, Langlois, Patty, and an MPA on the pitch all at the same time because there's just so much crazy rotation that the three of them were doing to like one would go forward, the other two would stay back, or kind of make a three across the back with Sean and Kamali. And I think it just allowed them to really kind of actually feel the game out for a little bit because they knew between the five of them that they're gonna kind of shut things down. There wasn't a lot over to the wings on Messer's side. There wasn't a lot over to the other wing on Mikey's side. There was just really solid defense at the back. I don't know what you thought, Mitch.
Yeah, I was confident about our defense coming into this one. If anything stood out, it was our defense in Texoma being able to capture a clean sheet. You and I were talking afterward about Kamali looking really good on the ball, really confident, and then tracking back. It was like he's been listening to Sean and in the track back school, you know. So I was going into this thinking 3-0. I thought that what we saw out of Titus has been really good as of late as well, and I thought going into this we were gonna see goals. So I wasn't too concerned with whoever we put out there. Colby's been looking great. Messer is Messer. Um, so I think the biggest question mark was, are we going to see Sega? Obviously, with the news on Tuesday that Camacho was departing the club, that kind of sent me for is this where we see Sega get some minutes? But he actually didn't make the team at all, and we saw a really sound performance from the common center back pairing. Um, and then having Mikey slot in that right back, we're going to change how we're running a little bit more, and I think that opened up JT to flow a little bit more and have some more space to do what he does on that right side.
I think it's really also just a testament to the flexibility of this Hearts squad. Just to see, Mikey's a natural CDM, but this to see him slot in at right back time and time again for this team, and in a time when they're extremely shorthanded, it it really goes to show the type of player that Bobby Murphy wants on this squad.
It also shows how much he trusts Mikey to just go in and put in a full effort. I mean, getting
Absolutely.
the card right off the rip and then just being like, nope, I'm going to just do
Well,
my
yeah,
job the rest of the game. He had a tackle after that, and it's just like, hold your breath for a
and
second.
he constantly wears the armband, and for good reason.
Yeah.
So just checking in the chat. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Ernest, Aaron, Mike coming in. Haven't heard from you in a while. Good to see you. Thanks for hopping in. Ernest saying glad Moore saw some early play. Build that confidence early for the big ones later. And Mike saying great to see the Langlois and MPA partnership. Also nice to see Southern back to fitness and on the bench. And I think those are all big things we've been kind of waiting to see. Now that Patty's back to fitness, we can throw him into that midfield 6 rotation. He looked really good dropping back into a third center back role early on this season, which helped us open up space, overload the midfield, and maintain an attack. So then Southern on the bench, I was really excited about too. I know he's been itching to get back into the rotation and play, and he's already had some really memorable moments in a Hart shirt. So all good things. I think the build up into the game through that first half, um, I think it was a really big statement for us, and I think the fans know the amount of kind of pressure on this match as a level on points matchup. You want to maintain that momentum, but you don't want to jinx anything. But to be able to get through the first half level, hold the possession, kind of feel the game out without letting it slip away, because there very easily could have been 2-3 chances there where, that's a goal in another game. So I'm really excited about that. And going into halftime, I was confident as ever. I think we've been putting a big onus on the Bobby halftime team talks recently. So now that we've had a little bit of insight, knowing that it's really just some time of reflection, and then a couple of words, just get him moving. I think the post game press conference, he said, you have two options. You can go out and lose this game, keep doing what you're doing, or you can find another gear and go grab 3 points. I don't think you need much more. These guys know what's expected of them. They know what they have, and they know what they're capable of. So coming out into the second half, I was ready for it. Tabor, what about you?
Yeah, I think, hearing that he took Titus aside and said, shake off that miss in the first half as well, essentially. And Titus keeps finding pockets of space. He keeps finding himself in front of goal. Like I've been saying all along, that those are going to fall eventually. And when they fall, you're going to get a lot of them from him, because he just, has a nose for goal. And so, yeah, I was in the same boat. I was like, yeah, okay, 0-0. I'll take that at the half. Let's go out and score some goals. So I felt pretty confident going out. What about you, Sam?
I mean, Hearts really pushed forward later in the half. Of course, you had the Titus miss, and if I'm not mistaken, didn't was it in the first half or early second half that Ollie hit the post?
Early second, yeah.
Early second. But I think going into halftime, it was Hearts are going to score, not if, but when. And to see them just put their foot on the gas coming out of halftime, it really goes to show that, maybe the Bobby halftime team talk is definitely one that can't be missed if you're wearing navy and green hoops.
Nah, I mean, the coaches' corners and everything that all these interactions that we've had with Bobby have it's just been a constant echo, right? It's people first. We're gonna go young. We're gonna get guys that want to be here, that know what they're capable of, and want to work hard to get points. They know what's expected of them, and the soccer stuff will come. If we're bringing in a raw forward in Titus Washington, I don't think you can ask much more of a player than what we've gotten out of him so far. It's his first year as a professional, and the growth that we've seen in just a few short months is tremendous. And I don't want to go off the deep end, but we've seen him in his first appearance do nothing but back into center backs that were 6 inches taller than him. And now he's using his ability and his brain to open up this space. He's moving extremely well off the ball, and then he's also sprinkling in that physicality when necessary to play that next ball. And if you haven't seen it yet, you're not watching close enough. And when we get into what he did, obviously we're jumping over Wada opening up the scoring for us. But I was really impressed with what I saw out of Titus in the first half, working off of JT, working off of Ollie, and working well with MPA.
And with Wada. I think part of it is that Wada as that kind of shadow striker really allows Titus more freedom in the box, because he knows normally he's going to have somebody either on the front post or the back post that's going to help him clean things up. And it's just his link up play is phenomenal, but he's really I think he's starting to see the pitch and starting to add in some passing as well. Not just those back passes off of a hold up play. I mean, I'll keep preaching as well. But yeah, he's just been amazing. But I don't want to, shortchange Wada, because he had an amazing game as well.
Well, yeah, and talking about that first Wada goal, that a lot of credit on that goes to JT Kamara. It in typical JT fashion comes down the wing and tosses it into the mixer. And I believe Titus initially trapped it, but it in that whole mess of humanity inside the 6-yard box, Wada was the one to get a foot on it and drive it into the back of the net. But big credit to JT on the assist there. It was definitely a great heads up play, and a great heads up play by Wada. Just like most of the ones we've seen him score at home, the one in the opener, it's just a heads up play, quick reaction, and it was the one to break the scoreless draw.
I love seeing Wada back up higher up the pitch. I don't hate him being deeper near midfield getting the ball, but I think his ability to overload the ball side and create space for the wing or create space for Titus. Who said it? I thought I saw it. Yeah, Ernest. Bobby had to put Watt up there to draw some of the defenders off of Titus. He shines when he isn't covered like a blanket. And if we
Absolutely.
have these weapons coming in, like like Natty or like Wada running the 10, it's going to be impossible for defenders to pick who to chase with the way we're able to run onto the ball.
Because with that, if you're chasing Wada and Titus, look at what happened with Ollie at the back post on the one that he hit the woodwork. I mean, that's because you got to start picking your poison there, right? Like it could be a really potent attack for the second half of the season here.
So Wada's able to hammer one home. Let's talk about the Selly. This is the first time at Fitzy that the boys have been attacking on our end in the second half. And Wada immediately jumps the ad boards and bows to the DU. And I was just
Got me going.
ready. I was just ready for whatever was going to happen over the next 30 minutes. I was locked in.
Little did you know, Mitch.
Yeah, just 60 seconds later. So
Yeah,
off the restart, we're able to maintain possession, and Mikey slots one down the wing into open space to Titus. Immediately, like this, you could see in the video that we started with, the smoke hadn't even stopped burning yet. Bass and Colin are running to the bucket to drop off the empty flares. They come around the corner, come back into frame. The goal goes in, and they take off running for the smoke stash, getting ready to pop them again. You can't make it up. Like, the energy in the zoo when that happened has leapfrogged this game into maybe number 2 for me. It's actually definitely number 2, potentially number 1. The Lewiston Hartford game might be 1A and 1B right now. But what this game could potentially mean later on down the season, I don't know. Like, to be able to score those 2 quick goals in front of the home fans, it felt big. That felt like a very, very key moment that we're gonna be looking back on. Sam.
And honestly, that from initial looks at it, I thought it was just going to be a routine save, and then just to see the ball go through Seth Torman and into the back of the net. I mean, me and everybody else in this section just kind of lost it. It's like, oh my God, how did that go in? There's no way that could have gone in. But one goalkeeping error later, and the zoo just goes up in complete hysteria, and like you said, Colin and Bass, right after discarding their smokes from the previous goal, have to go and get another set. And I mean, was the feelings the same in 118, Tabor?
Yeah, I think half of 118 was still partying after the last goal. Honestly, I looked up from wherever I was just to see the ball trickle across the goal line, and then I turn around and I've been talking up Titus in the 118 section the whole time. I'm just like, oh my god, and I start running up and down the stairs. Right, like the place turned into a zoo. It was insane at that point. People were climbing the fence. Like I thought people were going out onto the pitch at that point. If it was later in the game, we were getting a card there, I think. But it was wild. So yeah, I mean, it was exactly what we want, though. You kind of again create your own luck, and we've been kind of unlucky over and over again. To finally get one of those bounces is huge, and you go up 2-0. You're moving up into playoff positions. Everything looks great. You're going on to win the game at that point, right? Like I think everybody was just, let's do this for the next 30 minutes. It was great.
At that point,
I don't know about
2-0
yeah,
up, I'm more than confident. I'm like,
right.
this is 3 points. After our ability to defend has been showcased over the last couple of games, to be able to bounce back after a really kind of out of character team for what we've seen so far, all bets are off. 3-0. We're walking out with 3 points. I was like, this is setting up so nice. Spencer said 3-0, 3 second half goals. I was like, it's written in the stars. And talk about creating your own luck. The way that Titus hits that ball, it just drops perfectly right at the keeper's hands, and skips. It was meant to go in. It was meant to go in, and that little trickle and just seeing head and hands felt so good. The sieve, then the zoo breaks into, it's all your fault. It's all your fault.
And to be fair, it was all his
It
fault.
was. You can't deny it. He squandered an opportunity. I'll take that. A goal's a goal's a goal.
Shades of Rob Green in 2010, no?
And Mike Chase Ortiz saying, don't forget the other Ollie chance where the defender did an ultimate style layout to clear what would have been a certain goal. There were so many moments where we should have had another one, and we keep saying that. Like,
There were a few missed setters.
if we keep making chances, 3 points are going to keep coming Portland's way.
But
there's just no denying it.
Case in point on the should have scored but didn't. I don't want to be too greedy, but Natty on the break late in the second half. He has to go over or around, and then he just gets lost in his thoughts and does neither.
Yeah. I watched that back immediately when I got home. It didn't look as bad on the broadcast as it did in person.
Oh, it felt like forever in person.
It felt like forever. And he had miles, and I think the nature of the beast, you're a young player, you've played in massive arenas, scored a goal in front of 20,000. It happens. You're left with your thoughts for 40 yards, and it's the last one that counts. And unfortunately, at that point in the game, we didn't need it. It would have been nice, but I'm not going to look too much into it. I think it's a learning lesson, and Natty's going to look at that and laugh and shake it off and go out and shoot the next one. Like,
It's something to go over in the post-game film, that's for sure.
it is, and we talked about this with Bobby and not being too critical, right? It's like, and Jake, not dwelling on it. Like, it's the next one mentality. Like, if you're struggling, you're in a rut, you're not gonna stop shooting out of fear. Like, you have to keep shooting with the expectation that they're gonna go in. And if you're gonna dribble all that way, might as well take a shot instead of spinning around. But it is what it is. Titus had already
It's
made
not
it 3-1. You know,
right. It's not like they're only getting 2 or 3 opportunities a game. You know, if you were only getting that, you'd look at that as like, oh my gosh, how did that happen? But when you're getting 11, 12, 13 shots on goal, well, shots, and then, 5 or 6 of those are on goal, you can kind of shake that off a little easier, I think. They just keep creating opportunities. So you just kind of ball that one up, throw it in the wastebasket, and move on to the next one.
so coming back to the chronological order of things, we're 2-0 up, and it was just a little bit of turn-off moment, a little bit of just unfortunate bounce. Mikey gets a foot on a ball, and it just dribbles into a path. It was almost Liotti-esque from that first game against Violence, where the Greenville player, I'm blanking on his name right now, just swings a leg at it, and it gets through all the traffic and finds the side netting.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunate, but I don't think there's anything you really can do about a goal like that, except clear it out the first time. But it was an attempted block, dribbles in, and then around a defender. The Greenville Triumph are able to get a goal back and make it 2-1. Tabor.
Yeah, I watched the whole game back this morning while I was working. Absolutely. Um, and it did look like they kind of just lost focus for a second. Patty might have been a little bit late getting back, and he was subbed off after. I mean, not because of that, but I think that's his first full game back. I think he was getting a little leggy. But yeah, it's also just a bad, kind of bounce off of Mikey's leg and into the side net. So probably isn't really anything you can do. But I think they'll look back and say maybe they're all critical of themselves all the time, right? I mean, Bobby said as much. So they'll learn something from it, I'm sure, even if it's, again, just a no-nonsense clear out of there instead of trying to play it out and around. I don't know what you thought, Sam. Or
just
Yeah.
to quickly add, we saw a lot more clearing out. Just to add some perspective, excuse me, we went from holding 64% of the possession in the first half to only 28 in the second. It was a lot less control of the game and more reacting to it through hard work and pressing. And if we're not going to build up on something, throw a leg at it and get a throw and reset. Sam.
Well, Bobby says you got to be effective with your possession, right? And that's pretty much the case of this game. That is as much as we didn't exactly control possession, we still made the most of it. We got a lot of shots on, we got a lot of big chances, and it's a pure grinded out way to secure 3 points, and what a big 3 points it was.
especially when it's your second game in 2.5 days after traveling back after a late night game.
Mhm.
That had some. It wasn't as gritty as maybe the Saturday night, Sunday morning game, but it was in a different way as well. And we'll talk about the next game, which is going to be kind of the same case, I think. But yeah, the boys are showing that even if they're a young team, they're going to go out there and put the effort forward. I think they've learned that after some of the other games this season.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think I think that 1 from 6 potential points before this was a wake-up call. I don't think anybody was happy. Like, we've talked about it. Like, the support is great, but we're not like hard on them. We're like a draw. We're still saying great game. But I think a lot of us kind of wanted to let it loose after a 2-0, defeat after one of our best performances of the season just a week before. So to be able to say these guys worked hard and they earned that, and through less than ideal conditions, and we're not getting draws, we're getting 3 points. That shows growth. That shows grit. That shows that we're here and we're to be taken seriously. It's just about maintaining it now, because as the summer goes on, the games are going to get longer. A lot of these guys have already played two of their longest season that they've ever played. So how do we keep rotating? How do we keep them fresh? And how do we keep them going and maintain this level that we've scratched and clawed our way to in the table?
I think after the game, Titus said that, you know, he talked up the physios, he talked up the doctors, the team support. I think that's nice to hear. Thinking about how do you rotate 3 to 4 players for the next game? How do you start to balance that out? And it's nice that somebody like Evans coming back from an injury, that Sega's not going to, you know, hopefully be out all that long. Those kind of, we're going to need those players. Everybody's going to have to pull an oar and get rowing here in the second half of the season with a game, 2 games, 3 games a week.
And coming down the stretch here, I mean, it's, you know, we've got, I'm pretty sure, more home than away games coming down the stretch. And this is going to be the time where we, you know, need to bring it. Let's not mince our words here. You know, it's stuff like last night that is really going to propel us even higher up in the table where we already are. Which, you know, even then, if the season ended today, I don't know about you two, but I'd consider this season finishing in a playoff position would be a success. But, you know, the job's not done. And the job is far from done, actually. So, I mean, they keep grinding out wins like this. I mean, who knows how high up in the table they'll end up. Maybe even a home game for the playoffs.
Give me fourth.
Knock on wood.
Give me top 4. You know, if we are able to lock in a home playoff game, I think that makes the world a difference.
Nobody will want to come play us. I mean, it would be a nightmare for a 5th place, 6th place, 7th place team to come have to play at Fitzy.
Well,
Tabor, nobody wants to play us already as it is.
Right?
if they want a sick video for their Instagram feed, maybe. Because it seems to be a recurring theme to have staffers taking videos of us. Little humble brag.
Well, you know.
Little humble
It's pretty
brag.
cool.
Well, they go home, they show it to their supporters. This is what you need to be. We're setting the bar high.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of that, just a huge thank you to everybody playing instruments in the band, chanting, all of our capos, you know, Peter, Dana, Adam, Colin, Donald, Josh, like everybody's been working their tails off to create this environment. The list is endless. It's too long to thank everybody individually. But every
Come on,
time...
Mitch. We got another like 3 hours. You can thank everybody.
We'll get there. We'll definitely get there. But
all right. We'll wait till the end of the season.
I think a lot of us share the sentiment. Like, this is very, very quickly becoming, if it hasn't already, the best part of my week. Showing up to Fitzy, getting big hugs from everybody, and celebrating goals. Like, it's such a rewarding thing walking into the zoo, getting ready for match day, and just checking up on everybody. It's really, really special. And if you're listening and you haven't had a chance to come to Fitzy and check out a game, strongly recommend doing it. Come say hi to us in the zoo. Come be a part of that energy. And it goes a long way in lifting the boys up.
Daughter brought
Ernest
a
says
friend.
we're here to thank everyone 5-hour post-match pulse.
We'll just put up like a special thank you to everybody and just let it roll for a couple hours.
Yeah, and end of the season episode. Maybe we do the ticker at the bottom here with everybody.
That would be awesome. My daughter brought a friend to the game, and after the game, they both walked out and they got back in the car and they're like, "Dana's the coolest person in the world." I was like, "Okay, awesome."
If I had Dana
fork
for a
found in
middle school
kitchen.
teacher, I think I'd be a lot happier of a person if I had Dana as a middle school teacher.
Exactly.
Like, how badass is that? Like, yeah, my fun time, I just like heard this
Swear.
giant group of people
Yeah.
in song.
Hey, I saw my middle school teacher swearing at us, a bunch of grown adults.
Well,
But shout
there
out to
was
Dana. Best capo in the
huge
friggin'
shout out
league.
to Dana. I don't know how she doesn't get tired. It's crazy. But back to the game. We had Titus back on his thing for the evening. He's able to pick up a sloppy back pass and run direct onto net. I think he said he was watching Thierry Henry highlights in the bathroom, and that got him hyped up.
I won't even start. I won't even start. So good.
So that
More of a
just
fan.
cool, calm, collected. Slots it bottom right corner around the keeper. Cold celebration. Sashi jumps on his back.
This is,
There you have it, folks.
yeah. Pat said it best, or I don't know if Pat writes those up or if it's Burke or somebody else, but in the post game sort of photo dump, uh, they put it best. Titus FC, stand up.
He
It-
earned that. He earned the performance, and I think for Titus FC or anybody that's Team Titus, I think they've been waiting for this game.
Yep.
They've known it was coming, and I'm just so proud of him. So happy to see him finally bag not one but 2 goals in front of the Fitzy faithful, and it just earned that buoy. Earned that buoy.
He certainly did. I mean,
Did
he
more than earn it.
exactly, and I think it's such a again for a young guy to get that after again putting kind of the weight of the world on himself after the AV Alta game. Hopefully, it kind of frees him up to realize, hey, I am amazing. Like, let me go out and just keep bagging goals, right? A little confidence can go a long way for a striker.
It can.
Oh, absolutely.
It certainly can.
So there's one thing that I would like to bring up later on after we had taken the 3-1 lead, and that was a little bit of dark arts, a little bit of what have you, right in front of the section. Uh, a certain Greenville player by the name of, if I'm not mistaken, Toby Sims, uh, decides to take a throw right in front of the section after knocking down Masashi Wada. Wada's getting up, returning to the field of play. He just stops taking the throw in. And the ref thought it was enough for infringement. So he cards Wada, and that didn't go over well with the zoo. So much to the point where every time he touched the ball for the rest of the half, he got booed.
That was
Uh,
classic shithousery. I'm here for it, and good on everybody in the zoo for also being good for it.
yeah.
Haven't had a proper boo like that yet. I don't think where every time they touch it, it felt kind of reminiscent of going back up to Orono and going to a couple Black Bear hockey games. Sometimes the same guy touches it over and over again. You just let into him. So that was
Well,
really
yeah.
cool to have happen.
And I like that it was spontaneous. It wasn't, okay, we're gonna get on this guy. He earned our disrespect that night.
Yeah, he
Now
was
watch
doing a
as
lot
he
of
managed to
this.
come here in the summer.
He was doing a lot of this at the
Or
section. Oh,
next
he
winter.
was yapping. He knew we were
Yeah.
there, and
Now
he
watch as
wanted
he
to hear
comes
us.
here next winter.
I don't know. Maybe it's time we start our running shithouse list of just like all the players throughout the season that get that treatment, because Toby's the first one on that list.
Hey, and that's a milestone for his career. I mean, just
We've come
given he
close.
probably hasn't amounted to much anywhere else.
Like you said, we have come close, but this was the first time where everyone came together for that. It was mid-song, and it was a beautiful.
Yeah,
It was a
I think it might have
beautiful
confused
blend.
Dana a little bit.
It
Just we're in the middle of the chant and the boos break out.
just reading when I woke up this morning, I was reading the Discord conversations. I think it confused a lot of people, but like it was beautiful to see and hear how loud the songs still were, and then get that loud pop of a boo and the camaraderie of hating a singular player just for being a shithouse.
The commentary on ESPN also mentioned it. It was funny.
I just
I'm
love
gonna have
that,
to
man.
take
I
another
just
look
love
at that because
And as always, we sounded great on the broadcast.
They
Sounded
did mention that too.
great.
They said it was a magical atmosphere on the broadcast.
We've got
well, I mean, they're not wrong.
we've got some good Toby slander in the chat. Boo Toby. Toby pays for Tinder. Toby takes candy from children. Toby eats lobster shells. Toby likes Manhattan clam chowder.
Ooh.
Keep them coming. Keep them coming. I like this.
Oh, here we go. Here's another one. Toby says Canadian maple syrup is the best.
Oh, yes. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Like this game really truly feels like a turning point. Not only for the players and the club, but for us as fans. Like it felt the most put together I think I've seen the supporter section in our very short tenure so far. And it's only going to keep getting better. What do you think, Tabor?
Yeah, I think, again, keeping track of home games at Fitzy, this is like number 6 or something. Like we haven't even had a double-digit number of games at Fitzy, and they all get better. For the team, for us, we're still, we're barely a toddler at this point when it comes to like thinking of it that way. Still growing pains, obviously, but yeah, I think we're just only going to improve, and I think the team's only going to improve. And I think that's a really cool thing to be able to say that we've been there from day one to do that, right? We've been waiting for this for 5+ years, and here we are. It's the middle of the summer. It's an absolute party in Fitzpatrick. And yeah, just to sit back and enjoy it and kind of like take it all in every once in a while, I think is really important as well. I don't know about you, Sam.
I mean, yeah, it's you know, just I'm gonna just save the sappy stuff for the end of the year, but like, the fact that we're just about halfway through the campaign and we're firing at all cylinders on and off the field. It's really it's really, pardon the pun, heartwarming. Just just the fact that, back in March, we were a little bit rehearsed. The Valentine band had their few songs, and we keep adding to it, and people keep on learning the songs as the year goes on, and it's gonna just it grows exponentially as every match goes on. People get to know each other and all that other good stuff, and so it's once again it's gonna keep going as long as we keep it going.
It is, and I'm truly in awe at the ideas that we keep bringing to the table, the people we keep finding to help take this to the next level. Each and every Dirigo Union member makes this what it is, and we would not be here without you all. Like everybody consistently showing up and being loud and willing to embarrass themselves a little when we're learning a new chant. Like every game for the last 3 home games, we've debuted a new song. And every time we come back, everybody wants to sing that old one, and then we're playing a new one. And then that's the one that's stuck in your head. And obviously there's going to be a plateau at some point, but I don't think it's anytime soon. Like, I truly think the sky is the limit for this club and this supporters group. And if we keep having these special moments, it's only going to get stronger and louder, more smoke, bigger tifos. Just can't wait. I just can't wait, and I'm so honored to be on this ride with you all. It's a very, very, very special thing to be a part of.
I completely agree with everything there, Mitch. It's really well said. Thank you.
Anything
and thank you to
else?
Don and
Yeah.
you,
Thank
for
you. Yeah, I can't forget about Donnie Whispers. Like,
Well, yeah,
the gruesome
you and
teaser.
Donnie, God knows how many times you've had to sit across from me at the zoo rambling on about some insignificant thing.
That's what we're here for. Keep everybody in line, listen to all the voices, and make sure that we pull this ship the same direction. We're all pulling one way, and so far so good. No notes. You know, we're working towards something really big, and keep it up. Keep it up, everyone. Do you guys have anything else to add on the game? I think we've really touched on about everything. Like, these moments are just gonna get better and better and better. And
Well, I guess if we want to quickly talk about Saturday,
yeah,
it's a quick turnaround for the boys. They go down to Charlotte, and I believe they're third in the table right now, the Charlotte Independents, playing in front of like 5 fans at a 10,000 seat venue. And it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. We'll not sure if we'll get another Texoma-esque weather delay, but maybe I'm just looking at the local forecast and not the Charlotte forecast.
hopefully not. We do have a watch party at Sacred Profane for this game. It's in Biddeford, so if you're in southern Maine or maybe even northern New Hampshire and want to make the trek up, or northeastern New Hampshire, trek over. Happy to have you. The link to sign up, RSVP, is right on the Dirigo Union website under the events tab. And we hope to see you there. We're cooking up a lot of cool stuff. We're working on our next TIFO. We've been working on designs for that. So thank you to everybody who submitted a TIFO design. We're going to be airing that out sometime soon. I don't know if we've released when yet, but other than that, just keep being loud, keep showing up, and we're going to make this the greatest inaugural season anybody's ever seen. It's already getting close to it. So up the hearts, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Hear the drums, yours and mine, and it beats for our time from the forest to the tide.